Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. And you know this by now, or at least you should. For those of you that are probably tuning in for the first time, my name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. The name of the channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And on this channel, I share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit with you guys, the motorcycle riding community. And I primarily focus on slow speed motorcycle operation. That's operating these motorcycles 1 to 10 miles per hour, because that's the speed range where most motorcycle riders are very uncomfortable, right? And that's why we want to take care of that on this channel. I want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And basically what that means is I don't want you to be intimidated by this motorcycle when you slow down. I want you to feel confident, and the only way we're going to get that confidence built up, we have to educate ourselves. We have to practice, 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 practice. You're going to hear that word practice a lot because it's the key for success and everything that we do out here. Now, I do want to stress that this is not just for this type of motorcycle. It's not just for Harley Davidsons. It's not just for Indians, baggers. It's for all types of motorcycles, all right? That's what we're dealing with out here. All types of motorcycles, because the rules don't change. Certain things might be a little different as far as, you know, turning radius and stuff like that, weight. But we don't use that 5-letter word out here either. We don't use weight, because the weight of your motorcycle is irrelevant as it pertains to controlling it at slow speeds, because we're dealing with the same things: the throttle, clutch, rear brake, head and eyes. That's the same no matter what kind of motorcycle you're riding. So keep that in mind. And if you don't understand certain terms that are used in this video, you have to watch other videos too, all right? And you'll get what we're talking about, like preload, keep it loaded. As a matter of fact, those terms are in the description section for some of my videos, not all, okay? But if you go to my website, I'll put it right here. Go to practice information. You'll see the cone course dimensions. You'll see what the exercises that we do here are called. All of that stuff. And you'll also get information on how to come out here and practice with us. I'm in Pooler, Georgia. All right. If you're interested in coming out here and practicing with me, all of that information is on my website. I also do private lessons out here. If that's something that interests you, same website, click on private lessons. I also do product reviews on this channel, product installs, and anything, and I mean anything, guys, that I think is relevant or beneficial to you guys, I'm always going to share it. All right, guys, so welcome to practice session number 42. As always, I'm excited. I've already set everything up. I think today's setup time was about 35 minutes, maybe a little bit more. We have 1 through 9 today and a bonus. And of course, at the end now that I recently added, and I think practice session number 40, it's the slow race. Now, guys, I say all the time when we come here, we leave our egos on the sidewalk, all right? This is not a competition. We're here to learn, all right? There's no negativity on this channel. There's no arrogance. There's no judgment. There's no finger pointing. You know, none of that stuff, right? We're a big family here. We're all about learning. And if you want more of that feeling on Facebook, right? No trolls, no negativity. Go to my Facebook group, Preload and Keep It Loaded. That's a group of preloaders and V.I.Preloaders just helping and encouraging each other. And that's what this is all about, all right? The way we're going to get to my goal, and my goal is to get that 2% of motorcycle riders that are proficient on their motorcycles, raise that number. Because I think we can all agree, 98% of anything that people don't do well is not a good thing, especially something that can kill you if you don't know what you're doing fully, okay? All right, so that's the goal. All right, guys, so we're less than a month away from the traveling practice sessions, May 14th. That's going to be in New Jersey, okay? That's Allenwood, New Jersey. That's at the Grace Bible Church. I'm looking forward to that. That starts at 9 a.m. Now, again, all of the spots for that are full. However, if you want to come out and observe, hang out, we're going to do a meet and greet, of course. You know, I'm there. If I shake your hand and say hi, that's the meet and that's the greet. Come on out, all right? I encourage you to come on out. And then on Sunday, that's May 15th, I'm going to be in Maryland, okay? And that's going to be Columbia, Maryland. And that's the Seventh-day Adventist church, and that's going to be starting at 9 a.m. as well. And again, that's full, but same rules apply always. If you want to come out and hang out, or I'm letting you guys know for anything that I do, if you want to come out and hang out, you come out and hang out. It's simple as that. Love to meet you guys and spend time with you guys as much as I can. All right, guys, enough of that. I want to thank you guys for everything. 2022 is starting out to be a fantastic year, as I anticipated that it would, and it's just going to get better from here. All right, so you know what we do here when the V.I.Preloaders get here. We're going to talk to them, find out who they are, where they're from, how long they've been riding, and more importantly, how long they've been practicing slow speed riding. That's always the most important question, because how long you've been riding is irrelevant if you don't know how to do this, because this skill is what really proves that you know how to be in control of your motorcycle, that you are the boss, all right? All right, and we're going to ask them how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed motorcycle operation. And again, I don't rate people. I let people rate themselves because it's humbling out here, very humbling, right? And based on how people do out here, I let them come up with their own numbers, and then they can work with that. All right, guys, so the V.I.Preloaders are here. We're going to get started. All right, let's talk to them. All right, sir, what's your name?
My name's Tommy.
Tommy, where you from?
I am from Statesboro, Georgia.
All right, we got a local. How long you been riding a motorcycle?
Since 2000.
What kind of motorcycle you riding today?
I'm on a Harley Ultra Limited.
What year is it?
2014.
Okay, so you told me a very interesting story about this motorcycle and your bride, 2 Up.
2 Up to Alaska and back.
From?
On this machine. From Statesboro, Georgia.
Wow. And you said that took you like 24 hours?
24 hours, yeah. We did it in 18 days, oddly enough.
Wow.
Way more riding than I wanted to do.
Now, is this cold Alaska or warm Alaska when you got there?
It depended on the day. We were riding 40 degrees one day and 70 the next. You just never know.
Wow. Your wife's a trooper.
Yeah,
I told you my wife would have gave me the finger. Not going to happen.
Yep.
All right. How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I've been riding motorcycles since 2000, but this one since 2014.
And you came from a sport bike, right?
I did. Okay,
and how long you been practicing slow speed riding on this motorcycle?
Not enough. I would say probably 4 years.
Okay, 4 years is good. Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate yourself? Slow speed, 10 being the best.
6.
6 is excellent. All right, very good, man. Pleasure to meet you. I hear motorcycles, probably Jeff. It is Jeff. I know that. I know those pipes. Nope.
Yep.
Got to go to your uncle. Yeah. What's your name, sir?
My name's Joe.
Joe, where you from?
I'm from Ponte Vedra Beach.
And Joe, how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
Well, off and on since I was 16. But,
Okay.
I took a 40-year break while I had to work.
More importantly, how long have you been practicing slow speed?
Probably, I would say about maybe 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. And I want you guys to remember he said 4 or 5 months. And watch this guy ride his motorcycle. Okay, because you've been prioritizing slow speed practice,
on me
right?
now.
No, listen, no pressure at all. You do exactly what I saw you doing, and you're fine. What kind of motorcycle are you riding now?
I'm riding a police bike, Electra.
All right. Oh, this is an electric glide.
Electric glide.
Ah, see, I said it was a Road King. I was wrong. I can never tell. Well, I guess I should be able to tell if it's got a fairing. Although you could put a fairing on a Road King as well. But I knew it was a police edition model, and Tommy asked me how did I know that. I told him because this is the box for the radio, and then look at that seat. What year is this?
It's a 21.
21. Okay, brand new.
Yep.
He's got the motorcycle drop guards, so he's
Yep.
ready.
Yep.
Front,
Already broken in.
rear. That's right. You got the primary guard as well.
I
Yes,
do.
he does. Right there.
I don't think it's ever touched, though.
Yeah, this bike is high enough. And scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
Probably 6.
Okay, you're a 6.2. Very good, man. Excellent. Your bike is still on, Jeff.
I'll do it.
Pass it on. Listen, it's humbling out here. That's why I don't rate people. You rate yourself, and then you'll see. What's your name, sir?
James from Jacksonville, Florida.
All right, and if you guys don't remember James, watch practice session number.
28 and 30.
That's right, because he was in 28 and 30, and he is phenomenal on his motorcycle. As a matter of fact, he sent me a video of you in a civilian competition, right?
Yeah. Daytona Civilian Skills in February this year. Yeah.
How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
35 years or so, sport bikes, and then I just made a switch over to Harley last April.
Last April. And what kind of motorcycle do you normally ride?
A 21 Ultra Limited.
And if you guys go back and look at that, as a matter of fact, I think one of the practice sessions, wasn't it just you and I?
Yeah.
You called it the Ultra Limited Edition,
Yeah.
something like that? Yeah, that was awesome. But today, what do you have?
Got a 22 Road Glide Limited, so it's like an Ultra except for the fairing. Everything's the same except for, I guess, the fairing and the handlebars, but so it's a new experience for me with different fairing and kind of getting used to what it looks like when you turn the handlebars. It's kind of you're used to the fairing moving, and all of a sudden it doesn't move. It's like, oh, I gotta get used to that. So,
But James pulled up here, and immediately started doing U-turns and stuff. Again, if you know what you're doing, once you know what you're doing, all you have to do is get acclimated to the motorcycle, the friction zone. Once you're comfortable where the clutch handle that is, boom, you're pretty much good to go. And you rented this motorcycle, right?
yes, rented it.
So guys, this is what I'm talking about. I was talking about the 3 Ps to these guys, and I'm going to start talking about that more and more. Persistence, perseverance, and practice. You do that, and everything is going to come together. Dedication doesn't start with a P, but that's what he is. He hasn't been riding a motorcycle long as far as this type of motorcycle and as far as slow speed practice. But he's so dedicated. You don't live across the street either, right?
No, about 2.5 hours away.
Yeah. He's so dedicated. His bike's in the shop. He rented a motorcycle to come here and practice, and he didn't mention it, neither did Joe, but that's your uncle.
Right, yeah.
And you're showing him the ropes.
Yeah.
Okay, good, man.
Trying to get him started.
Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. How would you rate your slow speed skills?
Last year, before I even started riding Harley, I'd say 0 because I wasn't using any of the basic techniques. So I wasn't even using rear brake.
Yep.
Come a long way, practicing a lot, and I'm gonna say I'm about a 7.
Okay, good. I'm glad you didn't say something silly. Like a 6. Everybody else out here is a 6. Okay, we're going to talk to the bandit now. I ain't going to say his name. What's your name, sir?
It's Jeff,
Jeff, where you from?
here in Savannah.
Okay, Jeff, how long have you been riding the motorcycle?
On and off since I was 19. This bike since November.
Okay, and you were here in practice session number
41? 40? Something like that.
40. Yeah, I like to test people to see if they know which one they were in. Okay, and what are you riding today?
I got a 2020 Road Glide Limited.
Okay, and this is why I call him the bandit. For you youngins that don't know, I'm feeling precipitation. I'm sure it's something that's just passing. His bike looks good. It sounds good. Matter of fact, he's got the Kahuna collection right here on the floorboards, and I need to switch to those for that Road King because those floorboards are unacceptable. Got the Reinhardts, 2 into 2, right?
Yes. True dual.
Very nice. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed
I'm
skills?
still eking it at a 5, I think.
Okay, okay.
I said a strong 5 last time, but as you pointed out, my left skills aren't quite as good as my right skills.
Okay.
So I've been practicing.
Okay. How long you been riding the motorcycle?
Since I was 19 years old, so going on, I don't know, 25, 30 years.
And how long you been practicing slow speed riding?
Since November.
Okay, very good, very good. All right. Look at that, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, guys, 1 through 9 and a bonus and the slow race. Let's do it. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So 2 of you have been here before, 2 of you have not. So basically, you see where the chairs are? That's where we leave our egos. Leave your egos on the curb. There's no judgment here. There's no arrogance. We're here to have fun. We're here to learn. And we're here to raise your confidence. So that doesn't mean I expect you to leave here and be riding like these guys. But you should feel a little bit better coming here than you did. I'm sorry, leaving here than you did coming. Okay? All right. If you see me do like this, it just means shut off your engine. Okay? If you knock down a cone, pick it up. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to do it anyway because I'm standing right there. But if I see you getting frustrated or something, maybe you need to take a break and get off the motorcycle and pick it up. All right? If I see you grab your front brake, that's a 10 push-up penalty. All right? It's voluntary. So don't worry about it. If you don't do it, either I'll do it, not here, but I'll do it at the next practice session, or another V.I.Preloader or preloader will do it for you. Okay? Now, James told me I did that on purpose. When he pulled up, he's like, it's all right. I'll let that one go. All right. What was I going to say? Okay. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is why do we practice? Or why is it beneficial for us to practice slow speed maneuvers, 1 to 10 miles per hour on our motorcycles? And to save time, I'm not going to, I'll ask you, why do we practice?
Because you try to avoid the uh-oh.
Yes. Why do we practice?
So you don't drop it when you got somebody on the back. You really need.
Why do you practice?
Yeah, to get better and just to get better.
Confidence.
Going to slow speed maneuvers because that's really, you do a lot of that on a motorcycle.
That's right. Why do you practice?
It's confidence being the boss of your motorcycle. You need to, in a moment, it needs to be muscle memory.
Thank you. See, this is why I like Jeff. Jeff is using the slogans and everything to be the boss of your motorcycle, right? All right, so I actually got some notes down here. Why do we practice? To gain muscle memory. That's what he said. Repetition equals retention. That's why we do stuff over and over, right? To be better, safer motorcycle riders. It's kind of like what he said. To enjoy our motorcycles even more. And that ties into what he said. We do this a lot. So if most of the time you're riding, you feel, oh man, that's not enjoyable, right? To increase our options when we're on the motorcycle. We were talking about that earlier. If you need to make a U-turn, that shouldn't be an uh-oh moment. You know, it should be just make the U-turn. And a lot of the times we talk about this stuff surrounding gas stations. Because we pull into a gas station, you have to ride slow. And either you're going to ride like it was supposed to be ridden, the motorcycle is designed to be ridden, or you're going to duck walk it. And we don't duck walk. And lastly, we practice for uh-oh. Muscle memory, like you said. If you don't practice and practice to replace instinct with muscle memory, when uh-oh happens, you're going to resort to your instincts, which are usually, always, oxymoron, usually always wrong on a motorcycle. So we're going to talk about that today. And mainly we're going to talk about exercises 1, 2, and 3. Have you practiced any of the exercises that we do out here, particularly?
Yeah, I think you do a figure 8 here in a circle. And
Yeah, see, he's so far ahead. He ain't even talking about these things. Figure 8. Okay, yeah, okay, good.
I practice the slow ride a lot, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Exercises 1, 2, and 3 we're definitely going to talk about because to me, those are the most important things because those exercises actually help you get comfortable moving very slowly on your motorcycle. Now, everybody here is going to be fine with that. I already know. So what I want you guys to do is today we're in the training environment today. So we're going to do the same thing the same way every time you move your motorcycle. What am I referring to? What's always step number 1 out here, James? So you're on the spot now.
Well, make sure you're in first gear.
That's right. Make sure you're in first gear. That's always the first thing we do. We're all riding Harley Davidsons. So when we have our clutch pulled in, none of our motorcycles are going to tell us what gear we're in. So we have to physically make sure we're in first gear. Step number 2.
Cover the rear brake.
Cover the rear brake. So you guys are going to do that all day before you move your motorcycle. Step number 3.
Advance my engine a little bit.
Yes, preload and keep it loaded. And keep it loaded. The reason that's so important is a lot of the time, especially when we're doing exercise number 3, people are so concentrated in exercise number 4 on the next thing, they'll preload the throttle, and then as soon as it's time for the next step, the throttle goes down. When that part of the exercise is most important, that the throttle is up, because now you're turning, okay? So when I say that, and then step number 4, you're gonna slowly release the clutch into the friction zone, and then step number 5, as soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot. We don't drag our foot. We don't, there's no reason to have our feet off of the floorboards unless we're planning on stopping and putting a foot down. And some people put both feet down after they stop. That's fine. Okay? So, if James is sitting right here and I say, James, do me a favor, pull your motorcycle right here. Same thing. Make sure you're in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload and keep it loaded, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as it starts to move, he picks his foot up, because this is going to assure that everything we do is subtle. Everything you do on a motorcycle is subtle. We don't do anything herky-jerky. That's why we always cover the rear brake. Doesn't necessarily mean you're applying pressure, because if you need to slow down in that instant and your foot's not on it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to jab at it. So that's why you cover it, a little bit of pressure. It's really all you need, okay? I also want you to concentrate on making sure when you stop your motorcycles, your handlebars are straight. When your handlebars are turned and you stop, the motorcycle is going to want to fall, especially if you're grabbing that front brake, which we already know none of us are doing. The trust and believe thing. We're going to get up to trust and believe. I'm not even going to talk about it now. Any questions? None. Okay. Didn't think so. All right. I have a feeling we're going to fly through this. Exercise number 1. You guys are going to go all the way down here. I'm going to be down here. This is starting and stopping. Exercise number 1. And all it's going to do is show me and show you that as important as this is, so many people don't know how to do it. It seems simplistic, starting and stopping. So I want you guys to get up to second gear. And when you get to me, I want you to stop. All right, and when you stop, obviously you should have downshifted to first gear. You can use your front brake, that's fine. Now, me personally, I don't use my rear brake unless I'm going approximately less than 10 miles per hour. Other than that, I don't use it. I'm pretty sure most of our bikes have link brakes anyway, right? So by the time you get to me, you could be on your front brake the whole time, but right before you're going to stop, you should be off of the front brake, rear brake only, okay? Now, we talked about this too, bringing your motorcycle to a smooth stop. I did a video on this. If you want to bring your motorcycle to a smooth stop, we already know that if you ever feel uh-oh on your motorcycle, what's the answer?
Friction zone.
That's right. Go back into the friction zone. Why? Because power to the rear wheel will make your motorcycle always want to stand up and go straight. So, but we're stopping. So obviously we're not going to just give full power to the rear wheel. We want to stop. That's why we're in the friction zone and rear brake, same time. That's going to allow you to come to a smooth stop. You'll hear a lot of times when I'm coming to a smooth stop, you hear my throttle still up until I stop. Then you hear it go down, because now I don't need the power. Okay? Smooth stop. And then when it's time for you to take off, preload, keep it loaded. I want you guys to listen to your engines today, because that's the key. If your engine is going, click, 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 it's too low. So if you hear me saying, slow down, throttle, slow down, I'm not telling you to speed up. I'm just saying raise your RPMs because they're too low. Okay? Any questions? All right, let's do it. All right, guys, we got some precipitation going on, but nothing bad. James coming down now. All right, you can park right here. Good, reload, park right here. Nice, park right here. that thing is throaty. All right, you can park right here. Good job. I knew that was going to be quick. All right, guys, good job. I didn't think that was going to take long. All right, so exercise number 2 is going to be the slow ride. Okay, now it doesn't have to be extreme. That's for when we do this later. But that all depends on the level that you ride. So you do it however you want to do it. You guys are going to start where you started from before. I'm going to be standing at that first cone, and that's where you're going to stop. So really, you're going to be doing exercise number 1, again, coming to a stop. And you're going to realize everything we do out here, all these exercises build on one another. So 9 times out of 10, you're always doing exercises 1 and 2. Always. That's why it's important that you feel comfortable doing it. Right? Because we're not even turning now. We're just going straight. As you're doing this, head and eyes is important for everything we do, not just for turns. So if you're going straight, that's where your head and eyes should be. Shouldn't be buried, straight ahead. It actually helps with your balance, okay? I'm going to walk aside you guys, and I want you to ride at my pace. Don't go past me. That's pretty much it. Any questions? All right, let's do it. Nice, ready? All right, let's do it. Excellent. The park over there, excellent. All right, let's do it. So James is taking that head and eye seriously. When he pulled up, he didn't even look at me. He's just looking straight ahead. Focus, baby, focus. A little more preload. Now see, I can see the engine on his motorcycle shaking like this. That shows me that his RPMs are low. Okay, you can park. I hear it's too low and I can see it. As soon as he raised his RPMs, the engine becomes more stable. Remember, you're stopping with the rear brake. That's 10 push-ups you owe me. Yes, all right, ready? Okay, head and eye, straight ahead. Let's do it. Good. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Good, nice and easy on that rear brake. Nice and easy. You're good, you're good, you're good. It's 20. Okay, good. He's accountable. Try it again, man. So when he feels, uh-oh, his instinct is to put his foot down. But that's what we're here for. All right, Joe, you ready? Do it. Very nice, Joe. All right, you can park, Joe. So I noticed here, Joe actually has his foot floating above the rear brake. I'm gonna try something out with him because you don't need to do that. That's just gonna fatigue your calf muscle. All right, 30. All right, you ready? Ready? All right, let's do it. Head and eye, straight ahead. Keep your foot up, come on, you're good. Easy, 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 easy. All right, you can park. All right, we're gonna talk to them.
It's just habit.
Yes. So Tommy, being the responsible, accountable, disciplined V.I.Preloader that he is, he's doing his 20 push-ups. And like he just said, he's accustomed to when he's riding 2 up, grabbing that front brake and putting 2 feet down. So what I'll say about that is, yes, there are times when people are riding 2 up, they're gonna feel more comfortable putting 2 feet down. So I put 2 feet down after I'm stopped, not while I'm stopping, because I'm not touching that front brake at all. Because, and I just did this a little while ago, I was riding on 16 in traffic. And I said, you know what, let me try to use the front brake even if I try to use it just nice and easy, of course it felt uncomfortable to me, but it also made my motorcycle feel unsteady, right? Because no matter how light I touch it, it's too much stopping power at slow speeds, right? And then the whole thing of keeping it loaded, keeping your throttle loaded. Try doing that and using the front brake. So it's, by design, it's showing you're not even supposed to ride the motorcycle like that, right? But we're going to talk about that because every time Tommy felt, he put his foot out. But that's probably going to, the next exercise, we're going to take care of that too. But that's what this is all about. Joe, do me a favor. Turn your motorcycle on. Get on it. I just want to see something. Actually, you don't even have to get on it. Actually, yeah, I need you to get on it. I want you to get on it and cover the rear brake. Like, put your foot on the brake. Don't press it. Just put your foot on it. Rest your foot on it. Is that just resting or are you pressing it?
I'm just resting right here.
Yeah. Now, with your foot resting on your rear brake, the brakes are not applied. And I'm only telling Joe that because Joe was in exercise number 2. He's actually hovering his foot. So he's technically covering it, but that's going to fatigue your muscles too. You can rest on there. It's not going to apply the brake, right? Now, yeah, you could just rest on it.
Am I applying it now?
Yes. Take your foot off? Oh, no, you weren't. You weren't.
How about now?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, keep pressing it.
Not now.
No, it's not on. Take your foot all the way off. Yeah, it wasn't on.
All right.
So yeah, you can rest your foot on it.
Okay.
The thing about the Harley, you can rest your foot on the brake. It's not going to apply it. And that'll help, so your muscle's not fatigued. All right. So Tommy, this is going to be your favorite exercise right here. Exercise number 3. Trust and believe. I keep forgetting to get my motorcycle. Do you trust and believe, Tommy, that as long as you have power going to your rear wheel, everything's going to be fine? Yeah. No, you don't. Well, hold up. That's not true.
Down. And me to slow down requires me to put some...
That's not true. You might, because a lot of people trust and believe it mentally. But then, I can't even say mentally because their instinct still is, So you know the concept of it, but you don't really trust it yet. And the reason I know you don't trust it is because whenever you felt, you took that foot and went to put it down. Do you trust and believe?
Oh, yeah.
You do. James, you trust and believe?
Absolutely.
Joe?
Yes, sir.
All right. Trust and believe. All right, guys, exercise number 3. But before I even talk about exercise number 3, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, these 5.0 50 caliber tab performance slip-ons with the zombie baffle. Oh man, they just look so beefy. They look beefy. All right, anyway. Trust and believe. Trust and believe is important to me. Now, the first 2 exercises we did, you can kind of practice those every time you're riding. Trust and believe, yeah, you could, but I'd rather you practice it in a controlled environment like this so you can really practice it. The purpose of this exercise is to kind of transform your brain to associate the feeling of falling with this, not putting your foot out. This is the answer. So whenever you feel, that's the answer. So that's the trust and believe dance. I'm falling, falling, That's going to pick your motorcycle up because we know your motorcycle is designed to go straight. That's why at speed, it doesn't need you, right? It doesn't need you. It can go by itself. So people that say, I've been riding 50 years, no problems. That's because they're riding straight. And when they slow down, they're duck walking their motorcycles. Okay, that's not what this is designed to be ridden for. So again, the whole term duck walking is not used on this channel disparagingly. It's disparagingly, okay? But it's a term that everybody understands what that means. And it's important that you know that if that's what you do on your motorcycle at slow speeds, you're not riding the motorcycle the way it's designed to be ridden. That's number 1. Number 2, you're increasing the odds on injuring yourself. These motorcycles all weigh more than 800 pounds, all of them. So this is not the Flintstones. Putting your feet down is not the answer for anything. And that includes, Tommy, when you were pulling up to this exercise, remember we do the same thing, same way every time. You had this foot out like this. I'm sorry, it was this foot. Way before the stop, not necessary. Keep your feet on the floorboards until you're gonna stop. And then, boom, put down your left foot. And then if you want to, put down your right foot. That's what I started to say to you earlier. When my wife's on the back, after I stop, I put both feet down because now if she wants to move around, I don't need a big warning about it. But when I had one foot down, she was like, she almost made us go over. So, and plus my bike has that auto hold thing. So I pull brake in, we're good to go. All right. So this is very simple. Everything is simple when you know how to do it, right? So to save time, I'm just going to go through the steps. There's 5 steps to this exercise. Tommy, what's always step number 1 in everything we do?
I don't know. Oh, first gear.
Yes, we're going to make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. Starts down here. Step number 2, we're going to cover the rear brake. Go across to here. Step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. Step number 4, clutch right before the sweet spot. All right, so the last time, step number 4 was slowly release the clutch. No, in this exercise, right before the friction zone. So I don't want you in the friction zone. If you're preloaded and you're sitting there, you're covering the rear brake, and I see the rear of your motorcycle moving down, you're in the friction zone and you're holding it with the rear brake. I don't want that. Right before the friction zone. And in step number 5, I want you to pick up your left foot. And I don't want the motorcycle moving before you do that. Not even an inch. This is showing that you trust and believe it's going to be okay. Now, the last practice session, one of the guys let that motorcycle lean a lot, and then he opened up the clutch. He's still fine. So remember, when people say, if this happens, what should I do? And that's why the answer is always, it depends. And that's part of being the boss of your motorcycle, knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And the situation is always going to dictate what needs to be done. So if your motorcycle is falling a whole lot, even though you're preloaded, you might want to give it even more throttle. Or if you open up your clutch a little bit, you might want to open up your clutch a lot, right? Because at that point, you might need that power, all right? No big deal. But that's why we're always covering the rear brake. So what I want you guys to do is, when we do this exercise, when you do open up the clutch to go, I want you to go, and then I want you to stop. Because I've noticed that people do it, and then they just, I don't want that, because I want you to be in control all the time, all right? I'm not saying you got to stop right in that second. When you can get your motorcycle upright, come to a smooth stop. All of these things count, all right? So that's why I feel comfortable doing this right in front of you. I'm not going to hit you. I'm in control. All right, so make sure it's in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Don't need a lot. But I'd rather you be higher than lower. Clutch right before the sweet spot. All right, there it is for me. And just pick up my foot. In control, right? Any questions? All right, so James, you earlier when you were doing number 2, you saw your RPMs were low, right? Yeah, that engine was like this. As soon as you raised it, it stopped. Okay, you ready? Now you keep looking down here. What movie are you watching? Head and eyes, straight ahead. Okay, make sure you're in first gear. We covered that. You're covering the rear brake. Preload that throttle and keep it there. Keep it right there. Clutch right before your sweet spot. Bring your clutch right before the sweet spot. Bring your clutch right before the friction zone. Okay, right there. Pull it in. All right, keep it right there. And then just pick up your foot. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Try it again. Try it again, try it again. Come around. So he's got to work on his, he's going to have to trust and believe. And at that point, his RPMs are high enough. He's just not opening up the clutch into the friction zone enough. Beautiful. See how smooth he stopped? That's how it always should be. You put your foot down like this, not like this. All right. You're moving. Come on, Jeff. All right. Oh! All right, you ready? You know what to do. Nice. I remember, once you move, I want you to stop. Okay? All right, first gear, cover the rear brake. Preload and keep it loaded. Clutch right before the friction zone. When you're ready, just pick up that foot. All right. Good.
I'm used to riding the two up and I've got habits.
That's what we're here for. We're here to break bad habits. All right. Preload that throttle. The last time, the only issue was you didn't open up the clutch into the friction zone. Let it out, let it out. Let it out, let it out. Keep it loaded. Try it again. Go back around. All right, we're going to work on it. All right, this time I don't want this motorcycle to move an inch, and then when you go, I want you to stop. Okay. All right. There we go. Beautiful. I just want you to come to a stop right after you move. There we go. Nice stop, beautiful. All right, see you last time. Looking good. Woo! Ooh, easy. Now see how your handlebars were turned? That's why I felt like it was gonna fall. Try to keep them straight, okay? All right. All right. All right, let's try this again. Remember, your RPMs are good. You're keeping them high, but you're not opening the clutch enough. If you feel, uh-oh, just open the clutch. Trust and believe. Good. Keep it right there. There we go. And a stop. Beautiful. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 4. Right turns and left turns from a stop. Going to be a good one today. All right, so Tommy, that was good because you could clearly see that last time you went was way better than the first time you went. That's what we want. We want progress. But you're already starting to trust and believe. Feel that feeling? Uh-oh. And it doesn't matter. I don't want you to wait until the last minute. As soon as you feel that feeling. Because at the end of the day, that's easy compared to everything else you got to do as far as leaning the motorcycle at slow speed. All right, that brings us to exercise number 4, right turns and left turns from a stop. By far the highest failure rate out of everything out here, right? Which is odd if you think about it. But it's so relevant because, again, we're doing the same thing that we were just doing. The only thing we're adding is turning the handlebars. Now, a lot of motorcycle riders have an issue with turning their handlebars. Full lock is like a 4-letter word, right? When in actuality, having your handlebars turned, your motorcycle is more stable. Not while you're stopping, but while you're moving. It's more stable. It almost creates like a tripod effect. You know, and when we do a slow ride, you'll see sometimes you guys are going to actually come to a stop. You're not even moving. You're never going to do that with the handlebars like this. They're always going to be turned. All right? So, this exercise, this is 7.5 feet wide. And I'm here to let you know this is plenty of room to do what we're doing here. Nothing is extreme out here. This is not a competition. This is meant to build your confidence. That's why the cones are not all closed in. You need to go out, you can go out. If you need to run over a cone, I encourage you to run the cone over. Just don't put your foot down, all right? I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, if you got to ride out of the exercise, ride out of the exercise, okay? All right. This exercise has 8 steps. And again, I put steps on certain exercises because when you don't really know what to do, your brain kind of races. But if you follow steps, eventually those steps disappear and you just do it. So a lot of this whole motorcycle riding thing, it's like a dance, and it's a lot of coordination involved. Even something as simple as you guys coming to a stop. So Tommy, that last time when you came to a stop, it's like, you were like, you stopped and then you stopped too soon, or you put your foot down too soon, so now your foot's like this. That's where the coordination comes in. You have to be able to apply light pressure to the rear brake, so it's slowing down nicely. You might have to give it some throttle at the same time, and then as soon as you feel like you're gonna come to a smooth stop, that's when the foot comes out. Everything is together. All right. What's always step number 1, Tommy?
First gear.
That's right. Make sure the motorcycle is in first gear. Step number 2, cover the rear brake. We're doing that because we want to make sure we're always in control. The rear brake gives you control. Front brake is for stopping. Okay? This exercise is key for that, right? Because most motorcycle riders don't like to ride slow, because in that speed range, 1 to 10 miles per hour, you have to be the boss. What makes them feel more comfortable? Speed. Speed is not going to help you here. That's why when motorcycle riders come here and they feel, uh-oh, they introduce speed and they end up going like this or like this. Why is that? Because when your motorcycle has speed, the handlebars want to straighten out, right? That's why speed is not your friend out here today for anything we do. All right, so step number 3, preload and keep it loaded. That stays the same. Step number 4, clutch right before the sweet spot. Step number 5, head and eyes. Whichever way you're going, that's where your head and eyes go. And guys, I don't want you to do this. It's head and eyes and then handlebars. We don't want to commit to a turn until we see everything's okay with that turn. All right? Head and eyes, handlebars. So don't be the guy that was here before and he was head and eyes like this. That's too soon. You know, you still want to see what's going on. Head and eyes, handlebars. Step number 6, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Step number 7, as soon as you feel your motorcycle start to move, pick this foot up. This is where trust and believe comes in, because when you pick up your foot, you might feel, uh-oh. Now, we're not doing trust and believe here. Let me be clear on that. I don't want you to pick up your foot and the motorcycle is not moving. That's when you're practicing that. As soon as it starts to move, pick up your foot. And pick it up nice and easy. Don't go like this, because you're just going to throw the weight of the motorcycle to the right. All right? Nice and easy. The motorcycle's already starting to move anyway. Step number 7. I already said 7. 8, turn the handlebars. Right? And you're good to go. I don't want you guys to lean the motorcycle in this exercise at all. I want you to do this straight up. Okay? Straight up. So, here's the line that I want you to bring your wheel to. If you're not comfortable coming to this line, you can stop back here. It's fine. It's not a competition. And none of us are pulling a trailer, so you don't need to come all the way over here to make a left turn. However, if you feel more comfortable doing that, it's fine. Do that. But the more you practice this, the more you're going to realize you don't need to be over here to make a left turn. You don't need to be over here to make a right turn. And you don't need to be all the way back here. 3 things are going to determine the radius of your turn. Your speed, how much you turn your handlebars, and how much you lean the motorcycle. You're not leaning here, and there's no speed. So if I go from right here, you can go straight a little bit and still have plenty of room to make this turn. Now, if you start from here, you're going to have to start with your handlebars turned already. And then everything else is the same. You come up here, now you're going to have to do exercise number 3 with the handlebars turned. Let that bike fall. We're not doing that, okay? We're not doing that, unless you want to. You know, if you're riding a rented bike and you don't, it's got protection. All right, any questions so far? All right, so the first time you guys go through, I just want you to go straight through. You're gonna make a left turn. I'm gonna put the camera over there. That way when you go back and watch this, you can see. Because the goal, guys, your goal is to be in the middle of this lane, or close to the middle. If you're all the way over here, I mean, it's still okay, but I want you to treat this like a double yellow line. And this car is coming in this direction. And even though your tires are on this side, your handlebars might be over, okay? This is your goal. The goal to getting here is not going too fast. You go fast, it's going to bring you out wide, all right? So that's what I want you guys to do first, straight through. Second time, I want you to stop and then make the turn. Third time, well, I'm not going to say third time. When I tell you, the next thing I want you to do is stop, make this turn, and stop, okay? Any questions? All right, let me just run through it.
I am going to struggle.
See, you mind screwing yourself already. Don't worry about it, man.
I'm telling you, I know my limits. I'm not going to struggle.
Well, you did tell me when you first got here that this is one of the, as soon as you said that, I said exercise number 4.
Yep.
But listen, at the end of the day, Tommy, first of all, don't mind screw yourself.
Get better.
Yeah, absolutely. And the beauty is, like I already heard Jeff say it, he said, I was practicing my left turns like crazy. So this is not the only place we practice. We come here to practice, and then we practice in between, and then we come back. Every time you ride your motorcycle, you can practice this. Every time. All right. And that doesn't mean you got to be out there for hours. Right before your ride, make some right turns, left turns from a stop, and then you'll see it's getting smaller and smaller. Now you don't have to go that slow, but I'm just, you know. Now we're going to do it from a stop. I heard my throttle was up the whole time until I stopped, making me steady. Make sure I'm in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. Head and eyes. Slowly release the clutch to the friction zone. As soon as it starts to move, we're going to pick up this foot. Turn the handlebars. Throttle is steady the whole time. And last, we're going to do it to a stop. Come to a stop. Good. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. My camera. My camera. My camera. There we go. Look at my camera. So I can already see I'm going to have to follow a police report on Tommy. He's molesting my cones with his eyes like big time. Nice, Jeff. Woo! Straight through. No, straight through. Head and eyes. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. Say cheese. No lean, no lean. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. Your head is buried. Keep looking at my camera. Look at my camera. All right. Excellent, Jeff. All right. Say cheese. Look at my camera. Stop looking at my cones. All right, try it again. Stop right there. Good. So, Joe, I don't want you to fall into this turn, because if you fall into it, now you're leaning. I want you to do it straight up from a stop. And the last time you went, as soon as you started to move, you got right here. Well, here's the good thing. The good thing is you went kind of long into the turn. And the only way you were going to make that is if you fell into it. So that's already showing me where you are as a rider and trust and believe. So that's excellent. But just, I want you to try to do that straight up. Tommy, I've already called Pooler Police. You are molesting my cones with your eyes. Stop staring. I said, I've already called Pooler Police on you. I filed a report. You're molesting my cones with your eyes. Stop looking at my cones. I want you to look at that camera when you get right here. Now, first of all, not bad at all, man. Not bad at all, because the little speech you gave us earlier, I expected you to be like all the way out here. All we got to do is lower your BPM. That's what's going on right now. Yeah. Your BPM is like 180, right? Don't worry about it, man. We're in a controlled environment. There's nothing for you to hit except cones, and they're fine. They don't mind being hit. They just don't like being stared at, all right? Nice and easy on that rear brake. Your throttle is good. Nice and easy. Just keep your head and eyes up. You're good. All right, let's do it again. From a stop. Straight up. See, speed took him wide. Speed is always going to take you wide because it makes your handlebar straighten out. Really? You still doing that? All right, let's do it, baby. Straight up. Now, you're pretty far out, just so you know. You might benefit to back up a little bit. Oh, okay. He's challenging himself. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Throttle's too low. There we go. See? Oh! His throttle's low. The bike almost shut off in a turn. Good. Load the throttle. Head and eyes. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. You good? Good. Very good. Not bad at all. He's smashing that brake though, so we're going to talk about that. He's got the whole ball of his foot on there. We're going to let's do the toes. Now he's duck walking. We'll talk about that. Oh, beautiful. Right in the middle of the lane. Head and eyes, Joe. All right. Keep it loaded. Get that foot up until you're going to stop. Now remember, you got the whole ball of your foot on that rear brake, so when you're hitting it, just try to put the tips of your toes on it. But that was good, man. That was really good. Let's do that again. Head and eyes. Look at the camera. Keep looking at the camera. Keep looking at the camera. Good, good, good. Beautiful. All right, Jeff's going to stop and stop. Make sure those handlebars are straight when you stop. Excellent. Come to a stop. And this is why we don't fall into it. Get that foot up. Nice. Very nice. James wants to challenge himself always. Very nice. Supposed to stop. You ran a stop sign. That's what this is all about. Challenging yourself. That's how you get better. Good. We work on that. We work on that stop. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Keep looking up. You're looking down, and there's still too much rear brake. See how your bike's doing that? Yep. Nice and easy. Keep your head and eyes on the camera. I know it feels awkward. Beautiful. Woo! Nice. Straight up, Joe. Straight up. Head and eyes. Very nice. That throttle is so low. I just told people they can't do that, and you did it. Straight up, just balancing. He's gonna go back and watch that. He stopped. Sometimes it happens balance-wise. He's just sitting there like this. Head and eye, what are you looking at down there? But what are you looking at?
I was putting my front tire on the cold.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Head and eyes. Not bad at all, Tommy. Not bad at all. All right, we're going to move on to the right turns. Not bad at all. Very nice. Good, look at the camera, not my cones. Keep looking at the camera, keep looking at the camera. You're looking at it, that's why you're going to it. There you go, throttle out, throttle out. Keep looking at the camera, good, good, good. Remember, if you feel, oh, open up the clutch. Beautiful. Don't get much better than that. Trust and believe. Because right there, Joe is letting the motorcycle fall. I want him to keep it straight up, but trust and believe. That's, you know, if he's gotten over that hurdle, that's a big hurdle. I want James to raise those RPMs. Don't get frustrated. You're good. You're good. Head and eyes. There, go straight through. Beautiful. All right, Joe, can you do this straight up? You lean every time you do it. Yeah. Do it straight up. And I appreciate that Joe is not scared to let his motorcycle lean. But we need to be able to do things without leaning, because sometimes you can't lean and you still need to make a turn like this. We want to be well-rounded motorcycle riders. We don't want to be good at one thing and just ignore something else. Don't worry about it, man. Try it again. All right, exercise number 5. Straight up, Joe, straight up. There we go. Beautiful. How do you like these handlebars compared to yours?
I like it a little bit more. It seems like they're
Of
a little
course.
taller.
They are. Absolutely. Right turns, right turns. Try it one more time. Head and eyes, you're looking down. All right, he's definitely gonna have to work on that. You can see his rights are more challenging than his lefts. I know about that. That's what I like to see. So Tommy rode from exercise 4 to 5 at about 4 miles per hour. I see people out here that are kind of struggling, and when they ride from one exercise to the other, they gun their motorcycle. Everything we do out here, especially if you're having issues, should be at a slow speed. You're always practicing, all right? And Tommy, don't start getting discouraged or anything, because the only thing that's going on there is you're getting through all the instinct things. You're fighting through them. And the more that's why we practice. The more you practice, the more that's going to happen. Your left turns look way better than your right. I know all about that, but just got to practice at it, that's all. Make sure you're using that rear brake nice and easy. And most importantly, you got to stop. I mean, it's just obscene at this point. Stop staring at my cones. All right. But good job. And you guys might be asking, Joe looks excellent out there. So Robert, why are you telling him do it straight up, don't lean? He's actually letting the motorcycle fall and catching it. A much higher degree of difficulty and scary. So why even bother having him do it straight up? Because you could be very good at one thing and struggle at the other. I want us to be well-rounded motorcycle riders. And sometimes it's not going to be an option to lean the motorcycle. So I want to make sure he can also do it straight up, which he can. So good job, Joe. All right. Huh?
I need to practice on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Exercise number 5. Now in police school, they had those cones like this, and the turn was like this. You couldn't lean, because if you lean, your saddlebag is going to hit the cones. The cone's like, that high. But again, this is not a competition. All right, exercise number 5, single serpentine. An exercise I used to think was just for fun, but this is very, very relevant to be able to maneuver your motorcycle, manipulate your motorcycle, show it who's the boss. Not at such high speeds where you can't do this, because obviously if you're going 50 miles per hour, you can't turn like this. We turn like this at 50 miles per hour, right? We're not going to be going as slow as we were in exercise number 4 either, but we are going to be going fast enough where you can. Now, we don't want to go too fast, all right? These cones are 15 feet apart, so people look at it and people just want to do this. And they wind up hugging these cones and clipping every one of them. We all have saddlebags. If your saddlebag goes over this cone, you hit it. So give the cone some space. See where my motorcycle is? There's a line on this side. There's a line on this side. The cones are right down the middle. I want you to go toward that line. When you approach this first cone, you should be closer to this cone than you are to this cone. Now, this is not really an issue for you guys, because if you get close to the other cone, you're just going to slow down, lean the motorcycle some more, and you'll be fine. All right? But I want you to work smarter, not harder. The whole time you're doing this exercise, you guys are going to be coming towards this way. I'm going to be standing behind the camera. Look at the camera or me. Some people don't want to look at me, so look at my camera the whole time, Tommy. Don't look at my cone. Your peripheral vision will pick up the cones. Trust me, you'll be fine. Don't turn too early, because you're going to wind up hitting the cone. Head and eye straight ahead. Now, as far as what you're going to do is with your speed, you don't need to use your rear brake. If you need to, because you see you're going too slow, that's why you cover it. And you just tap it a little bit. Because sometimes it just corrects you. It gives you a little bit of correction. Okay? Keep your RPMs up. James, you've been scaring me all day with this, all day. Since you've been here with this, RPMs are low. Matter of fact, he came out of this turn and the bike almost shut off right there. Anyway, I think he's messing with me. Let me run through it real quick. Tommy, you messing with us too. Oh man, this is going to be my nightmare. And then you did great. Hustling us. We're not even betting. Head and eye, straight ahead. Now it doesn't have to be that extreme or anything, but I want you to be one with your motorcycle all day today. So it should be nice and smooth. Fluidity, that's what we're looking for today. Fluidity, nice and smooth. Any questions? All right, you guys can head down there and then you're gonna come toward me. Nice. James is always good at that. Beautiful. Outstanding. Beautiful, Joe, beautiful. Fluidity, one with the motorcycle. We got a lot of bosses out here today, boy, I'm telling you. Now we got Tommy looking at every cone. And he's doing this straight up. Too much speed right there, so he missed that one. All right. Remember, don't stop with the handlebars turn. Good, it's another 10. All right. Make sure when you're going through these, start out nice and wide. Keep your head and eyes straight ahead. You're looking right at the cones. Yes, sir. Keep your throttle up. Use that rear brake to control your speed, but I need you to lean the motorcycle. You're kind of doing it straight up. Yeah. Okay, let's try it again. And I'm going to tell Tommy, there's no pressure here. Right? There's no pressure here. So if he says, you know what, I don't want to move any further, I just want to do exercises 1 through 4 or 1 through 5, that's fine. And he can hang around with us until we get to follow the leader. All right, you're good unless you want to keep going. Joe, you're good unless you want to keep going, you're good. Head and eyes, look at the camera. Try it again. Go down here and talk to him while he's doing it. Slow down, slow down. Good. Lean, slow down, slow down. Slow down, good, good. Keep it loaded. Lean, slow down. Good, lean, head and eyes, straight ahead. Lower that RPM, all right. Gotta work on it. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the infamous U-turn, exercise number 6. All right, guys, what we've all been waiting for. Everybody loves U-turns, right? The infamous U-turn. And this is the exercise that I always say, this should never be an uh-oh moment, a U-turn. Should just be something that you could just do. What other vehicle out there is making a U-turn like a big deal? Nothing else but a motorcycle, right? That's not going to be an issue. As a matter of fact, I usually say, does anybody have an issue with 27 feet too wide? But I already know that we also have the 18-foot box that's going to be being used a lot today. I already know that. But again, not a competition. If you don't want to do a U-turn within the 18-foot box, just come past this line, and now you got 27 feet. 27 feet. Now my thing is I want you to be able to make at least a 24-foot U-turn. You got 27 feet here with training, all right? By the way, good job with all of you guys in the single serpentine. Tommy, I know if we kept doing it, it would just get better. I'm kind of moving it along because I know rain's coming. In this exercise, same thing. Now, James likes to live on the danger zone and keep his throttle like right before that bike's going to shut off, right? I don't trust Harley Davidsons that much. I just don't. They're too fickle. So whatever your throttle is, as far as your engine, I want you to listen to that. My throttle is the same as I'm approaching through the U-turn until I'm done. My goal is always to keep my throttle the same. It's going to fluctuate here and there, but that's why I don't like it low, because if it fluctuates down while I'm already in the turn, I might run into a problem. So I like it to be a little bit higher, all right? I don't, believe it or not, guys, the only thing I really focus on when I'm out here, I don't focus on my head and eyes. I don't focus on my lean. I focus on how that engine sounds, because that's the thing that's going to make me fall. Everything else, I'm not worried about that. We're in a controlled environment, all right? So I want you guys to go through, make a left U-turn. So Tommy, when you come in here, I'm allowing you to look at that cone, all right? I put my eldest cones here. You can look at it. Don't stare at it. What are we turning first, our head and eyes or our handlebars? That's right. Head and eyes. Look at my camera. I don't want you to look slow either. Head and eyes, handlebars. Now, you don't have to lean fully in here. You don't have to fully lock, and you're going to be fine. Head and eyes, handlebars. But if you look at my cone, every time you look, your handlebars do this, and you're losing space. But there's nothing for you to hit, so don't worry about that, okay? All right. First time, straight through, guys. And when I tell you, then you're going to stop right here and make a U-turn. And then third, you're going to stop, make a U-turn, and stop. And then we'll do the same thing on the right side. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Stop. Tommy, you go the other way, Tommy. I see him laughing over there. Now, you guys probably didn't see it, but when James was riding my bike, and because he wanted to see how the handlebars felt, and when he first started to move, like the bike almost stalled out. And then he came back and he was making 18-foot U-turns. That's what I mean when I say, once you get this stuff down packed, you can pretty much get on any motorcycle and do it. You just got to find out where the friction zone is and where it's engaged, and go from there. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Good. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Head and eyes, you're looking down. You're looking down. All right, we'll work on it. Head and eyes are beautiful. Too much speed, Joe, too much speed, that's all. Too much speed, and also, he's not turning his head and his eyes. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Good. Head and eyes, look at me, look at me. Come on, look at me. Keep looking at me. Keep looking at me. Much better, much better. I know it felt awkward. No, you're good. Do it from a stop. Next time. That's my fault, that's my fault. So we got to work on the head and eyes. I meant to tell you that before. It was too much speed last time, but shut that off. But head and eyes. All right. Why did it fall?
Head and eyes.
No?
Going too slow.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Too slow. Not enough power to the rear wheel, so that's it. It's definitely not head and eyes. Head and eyes are going to make you go wide. It ain't going to make the bike fall. So yeah, make sure your head and your eyes, before you even turn, look at my camera. All right. Let's try that again. That's what we do in Preloader Nation. Identify, retry. And he's got motorcycle drop guard, so he's fine. And so is his motorcycle. Oh. Head and eyes, preload, preload, preload. Motorcycle drop guards, baby.
Sir. So the speed was still too low?
Yeah, speed's too low. What's happening is once you get into the lean, you let out the throttle. And because you let out the throttle, remember, when your motorcycle is lean that much, the only thing keeping it up is power. So if it falls, that's the only reason it fell. Not enough power. So preload, make sure you keep that throttle loaded the whole way. All right, let him go next. Man, it sounds good. I gotta get a cam. Oh man, my bike is on. Nice, Jeff. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Good, good. Keep it loaded, baby. We'll worry about the lean later. We're knocking down dominoes. Head and eyes. Not bad at all. Woo! Nice. All right, you ready? Doing good. Good, look at me. Don't look at the cones. Look at me. Look at me. Easy on that rear brake. Easy on that rear brake. All right, man. Oh, no. Joe. You can do it one more time. Yeah, same thing. But come to a stop. Head and eyes, head and eyes, head and eyes. Woo! Speed, speed. All right, now you're gonna be the right turns. Your rights are beautiful, man. So Jeff is the opposite. His rights are his spin. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Look at me, look at me, look at me. All right, watch those RPMs, they're too high. Woo-wee. How fast are you going when you make your U-turns? I want you to check that. Because if you slow that down, that'd be even tighter. Now, I know you like to challenge yourself. Just try to do it a little slower. All right, come on, man. Let's do it. Watch the RPMs, not too high. Head and eyes, look at me. Look at me. Keep looking at me. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're good. You're good. There we go. It's coming together. It's coming together. Gotta work on the head and eyes and that rear brake. Slow down. All right, Joe, do that slower. Nice. Feathering that rear brake. Very nice. All right. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You're looking everywhere except me. You're looking at every cone. When he did it looking at me, he stayed within the exercise. That time, he never looked at me. Better. Man, that bike sounds good. Look at me. Look at me. Come on. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. You're looking over there. Look at me. You're looking there now. Look at me. There we go. Don't fight it, baby. Don't fight it. Head and eyes, Joe. Head and eyes. Joe's head is buried in his turns. Nice and easy, James. Nice and easy. Nice. Now, why is it that that turn was tighter than the last one, but the last one scraped and this one didn't? Speed. All right, do it from the stop. When you looked at me that whole turn, you're in the exercise. You look away, outside of it.
You move the cones and I do it back there all day.
Head and eyes, look at me. There we go, keep looking at me. You looking, see? As soon as you look over there, that's where you go. Good. Stop and stop. Head and eyes, Joe, head and eyes. Listen, it wasn't pretty, but it was pretty. All right, let's do it again. That was nice, man. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. It wasn't pretty, but it was pretty. And I don't take those words back. That's exactly what it was. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Beautiful. Woo! I can feel it in my chest. Oh my God, beautiful. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a lean in this turn too, but not speed. All right, let's do it. Head and eyes, look at me. Good, come on, go, you're good. Remember what you feel, open up that clutch, but it's already tighter. Do it again. Head and eyes. Woo! What the hell? Trust and believe. But this is what I'm telling Tommy. You feel that, just open up the clutch. You're going to be fine. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, last time. All right, let's do it. Head and eyes, look at me. Good, look at me, look at me, look at me. Come on. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go, Joe. Last one. Last one, baby, make it count. You ain't gonna beat that last one. Head and eyes, look at the camera. Woo! All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 7 at figure 8. Oh, that was nice. All right, guys, exercise number 7, the figure 8. I already know Joe was going to kill this exercise because he said when he got here, I practice the figure 8 every day. So he didn't say that, but he did say he practices it. All right, guys, so here's the good news. This is the same width as that U-turn. It's 27 feet wide. It's 46 feet long. The beauty of this whole thing out here is there's never any pressure. So if at any point you feel like I don't want to do something, there's no pressure for you to do it. You can actually go back and practice other stuff while we keep moving. Of course, Tommy, I'm talking to you. But what I want you to do, Tommy, because I saw you make that beautiful right U-turn, what I want you to do is when you come in here, remember when we come in this box, we are looking at this corner. We're not going to cheat ourselves either. Now these other guys, they got plenty of room, so they don't really need this. But if you turn early here, you're gonna have to make up for it on this side. But I don't want you to worry about that, Tommy. Come all the way over here. Head and eyes. I want you to look at this green cone. I know it's behind you, but you'll see it. Head and eyes, and I want you to hold your turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now some people might say, "Hey, there's another corner. Start coming out." No. Because we're not making a figure 8 like this. We're making it like this. Because if you come diagonally like this, this turn is going to be tight as ever. Not impossible, but I want to work smarter, not harder. But Tommy, what I want you to do is hold that turn. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And just go out of the exercise right here. Forget about the next turn. All right? That's all I want you to do. The rest of yous, come in here, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. You're looking at that first green cone, transition, head and eyes, handlebars. Now Tommy, I know it feels extremely uncomfortable to be going this way and looking like, it feels uncomfortable, I get it. But I want you to be, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's fractions of a second. There's nothing for you to hit, kind of tell yourself that. Tommy said something very interesting. He said, take the cones away and I'm fine. That proves to you that this is all mental, because he shouldn't be looking at the cones anyway, right? So it shouldn't matter, right? But if he practices without cones and just uses lines, it still builds your confidence. You know the dimensions in which you can do a U-turn, all right? And remember, whatever you do on your motorcycle out here, yeah, you could do it with your wife, right? If you can't do it 2 up, you can't do it 1 up. That's how you got to think, all right? I'm not talking about stupid stuff, you know. Go through this twice and then exit out the exit over there and you get a ka-ching. All right, let me run through it. So Tommy, first I'm going to show you what I want you to do. And nice. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Just go out. That's it. For the rest of yous, hold it. Use all the space that you need. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Head nod. Use all the space you need. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. All right, James, show them how it's done. We actually should have had Joe go first. Beautiful. All right, he's practicing for the snowman. Beautiful. Tommy's shaking his head back there off camera. But it's important Tommy knows you don't have to do it like that. Not necessary to make an 18-foot U-turn. Head and eyes, Jeff. Good. Beautiful. See how he doesn't let it out? He's holding it, he's holding it, holding it, holding it. So he's coming straight. Beautiful. He's actually coming straight toward me. That's what you should be doing. You should be coming straight toward the center of the figure 8. Nice. All right, Joe, show him how it's done, baby. You're good. I can't give him a ka-ching. He didn't go at the exit. That's a shame. That's a damn shame. Let him know, James. Come on, no, over here. All right, so Tommy's nervous. That's what happens when we get nervous. We start making little mistakes. He just watched 25 people do it, and he said, "Now I'm gonna do it my own way." Right here. Come on. Good. Head nice, head nice, head nice. Keep it loaded, 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 keep it loaded. Go straight out. Beautiful. Joe, come on, we gotta do it right, Joe. Come on, man. Oh! It's a rental. Yeah, James, you got him. Now, is he trying to do it in 4 spots?
Grab the front tire to the line so he
Yeah.
can make it.
Is he trying to do it in 4 spots?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
He can do it, he just got to slow down. It's too much speed. But he's good. He was going to do it again. He was coming this way. Why you keep going over there?
I keep wanting to make a right-hand turn.
All right, we'll do that next. Tommy said, I'm going to do it my way, Rob. Screw you. We got James practicing for the Abominable Snowman. We got Joe making his own exits. We got Tommy making his own course. It's Independence Day here. Do what you want to do. I think I can get Tommy to make that second turn. I'm gonna try it. Nice, baby. James is his coach, uncle and nephew. Head and eyes, Joe, head and eyes. Keep it loaded. There we go. All right, get the hell out of my figure 8. Woo-wee! He's in 4 parking spaces, easy. Easy. Head and eyes. Good, look at me, hold it, hold it. Hold it, look at me. Look at me. Hold it, hold it, hold it. I said hold it. All right, we're good here.
You may hold the turn.
Yeah, hold the turn. What do you think? I'm going to hold your nuts? All right, guys, move on to exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. All right, guys, excellent, excellent work. I knew it would be. Tommy's a perfect example of when you get nervous, you just, you start losing concentration. Tommy watched 25 people do it one way, and then he came in and said, I'm going to do it another way. All right, what I do want to say is, Joe, I noticed that whenever you feel, you get into these turns, and when you really lean your bike over, if you feel, uh-oh, you kind of introduce speed. I guess it's really not something I even have to talk to you about, because the last time you went through, your speed was perfect, and that's why you were within 4 parking spaces. So that was excellent. Excellent. Phenomenal. Again, what Joe is doing, what James is doing, it's excessive. You don't ever have to ride your motorcycle like that. All right? James, and I'm sure his uncle's in that situation right now, where you see cones and you get excited about it. So you see James, before we get to the next exercise, he's already starting it. Right? Because this stuff gets addictive when it starts clicking, all right? But I can't emphasize enough, not necessary to be doing things like that, okay? All right, this exercise, and that's why I asked James to look at his speedometer to tell me how fast he was going when we were doing the U-turns, because he was going again, what he's doing is perfect for what he wants to do, but I know he always wants to do stuff better. So if he wants to get tighter turns, he needs to slow down. And that's the same thing that Joe was going through. He was going fast. So it's important that I let you guys know, when you're making a U-turn, it doesn't matter how tight it is. Your speed could be at about 6 or 7 miles per hour. As long as it's constant power, you're fine. Your bike's going to be fine. All right? Now, in exercise number 7, the figure 8, you noticed that we were doing this. And you heard me saying, hold it, hold it, hold it. That's going to apply here too. I want you to hold it, hold it. At no time in this exercise should your handlebars be straight. If your handlebars are straight, you're doing something wrong. Basically, you're doing just like that figure 8. Transition, transition, transition. Where did we start that? We started that in number 5, single serpentine, right? That's it's warming you up for this. So, when you guys come in this exercise, you're going to come through this gate. You're not going to come through like this, unless you want to. Come through at an angle. And I don't want you to go straight for the cones. It's possible, yes, but it's more work. So I want you to come all the way over here. Now there's an outside line here, and there's an outside line over there. The goal is not to go past that, but this is not a competition. Come all the way over here. Head and eyes. Look at the cones. Go for it. So when you get to these cones, you see how your motorcycle's already facing this way? Versus if you come towards it, now this turn has to be real tight. And if you don't really lean your motorcycle, people end up, they're already past the next gate. And now they're approaching the gate like this. Again, not impossible, but it's all about technique here, placement of your wheels. So come in, come all the way over here. And when I say come over here, people will come over a little bit and they're right here. No, I want you over here. Head and eyes, handlebars. Hold it, hold it. Now, head and eyes, look at the gate you came from. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Head and eyes. Why is this bike in the way? Head and eyes. And when you get to this gate, head and eyes. Look at the gate you came from. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And when you make your turns, don't lollygag the turns like turn, turn, right? Again, not a competition, but it's going to make it easier for you to go through this, trust me. So I'm going to go through it that way, wide, and then coming back, I'm going to go through it going straight towards the cones. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Hold it, hold, transition. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Hold it, transition. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Transition. Much more work the other way. Much more work. All right, Jeff, show them how it's done. Nice. Oh. Got caught in the loop. It happens. I often say it's a good problem to have. If you can get caught in the circle and just go around in a circle, that's a good problem to have. Beautiful. Next. Whoa. Whoa! That's what I'm talking about. Joe came in here like a bat out of hell. All right, Joe needs to slow down a little bit, that's all. All right, start over, start over, start over, start over. You're supposed to be going through those cones. James, you buying the Road King now?
I looked at one.
Yeah?
Yeah. I already scoped it out.
It's just a matter of time, man. Come to me. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Keep it loaded. It's actually a good idea. Have him go around the outside of it. You want to run through it on her? Go ahead, man. So James is going to take Angel through. Tommy, yeah, you go around the outside of it. That's good. Just go around the outside of the cones. James looks good. Angel looks good. Head and eyes are perfect. His head and eyes are very good. Go ahead, Joe. Oh, you going? Getting a little sticky out here. I want Jeff to come out wider on that because it makes the second turn easier. Because it just gets tighter and tighter as you go up. Keep it loaded. You did Angel proud, man. You did Angel proud. Looks good. Now we got Joe here. Joe's gonna go a little bit slower. Oh, that was a little wide. So see, he's way past the second set of cones, but it's fine because he doesn't have a problem leaning his motorcycle. It's like a jolt of speed right before the turn. That's what's pushing him out wide. Start that engine up, Tommy. Nice. Go around the outside, good. Good, head and eyes, hold it, transition. Good, head and eyes, hold it, transition. Good, hold it, transition. Slow down, going too fast. Transition, good. Hold it, transition. Hold it, watch RPMs, they're too high. Hold it, slow down, go through the cones. Slow down. Watch the RPMs, they're too high. All right, guys. And the good news is Tommy is local. So I expect to see him here more than not. We're going to move on to exercise number 9, the abominable snowman. All right, guys. Exercise number 9, abominable snowman. Again, no pressure. This is a pressure-free snowman, pressure-free course, really. We have 4 circles, 27 feet, 25 feet, 22 feet, 18 feet. Now keep in mind, a 27-foot circle is not the same as a 27-foot box, okay? So, and that applies to all of these circles. So when you come in this circle, don't rip yourself off. Now, if you don't have a problem leaning your motorcycle, 27 feet is, you can start to turn right here, obviously, and you'll be fine. But let's imagine this is the 18-foot box. When you come in here, or really any box that you have an issue making a turn, number 1, don't rip yourself off. Don't start over here. Bring your wheel to about the 9 o'clock spot where I don't even have a, not 9, 10 o'clock spot. I don't even have a cone here. Put your wheel there and hug these cones. Hug them. When you get to the top, look at the exit. All right? That's where you're really going to commit to the turn at the top. Don't commit to it right there because you're not going to make it. All right? I'm talking about the 18-foot in this case. There's no margin for error up there. Okay? You got to pretty much do everything the right way. Other than that, the whole hold it thing, that's all this is. You get in the circle and hold it. Hold it. And then when you get to the next one, in this exercise, yeah, your handlebars are going to go straight briefly until you get to the next circle. Now, if you're going to do 27, 25, and you know that your strength is lefts, then start this one on the right. All right? And that applies to all of them, but you just got to work it out. If you're going to do the 18-foot one and your strength is left, start on the right. All right. Let me run through it. Watch your speed, as always. Hold it, hold it. Head and eyes. Man, it makes such a difference. Hold it. Keep it loaded, too. Keep it loaded. Hold it. Head and eyes. Hold it. I'm looking at the green cones. Head and eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. When you get up here, hug these cones. Look at the exit. Throttle steady. Keep the throttle steady. Head and eyes. Lean the motorcycle. And you get the idea. Any questions? All right. Exit's right here. You come back through. Excellent wheel placement. Excellent. Now I'll tell you one thing. All day, James's RPMs have been low. Not in this exercise. That's good. Especially when you got up to this 18-foot circle. Because again, the only thing keeping the motorcycle up with a lean that extreme is the power. So that's not the time to be stalling out. I think Tommy said screw this exercise. Started that turn way early. He's still fine. Oh, whoa. Keep it loaded, Joe. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, Joe. Keep it loaded. Too much speed. Too much speed. Too much speed. Too early. Why did that fall?
No power to the back wheel.
Nope, this time that wasn't the issue. The issue this time was you leaned the motorcycle beyond its lean limits. And you did that because you started that turn right here. You need to bring that wheel all the way over here and hug these cones. And then you'll be fine. You saw, I'm not going to make this. I got to lean it over more. It's too much. That's all. So this is one of the things I always tell people. Yeah, 90%, over 90% of the time, it's going to drop because of power to the rear wheel. The other thing is lean limit, and then the other thing is traction. So that was just lean limit. Good job, man. I show people the marks on the ground all the time. That's people getting better. That's what that represents. You skipping this one, Tommy?
My bike will start.
Oh, shoot.
I think it's the battery.
We'll take care of it. Don't try that at home, people. Don't try that at home. Another benefit of the high handlebars, higher handlebars. Keep it loaded, head and eyes. Too early, too early. Okay. You doing it going to the right too, or you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the right.
Okay. You want a jump pack? There's one in the back of my truck.
Okay.
It's behind. It's in the back where the back seat is.
Okay.
You'll see it. It's on the floor, on the passenger side. I think it's the passenger side. Passenger side. It's a red and black pouch. It says Trek Pile or something like that. Keep it loaded. There we go. I got it, Joe. Thank you. I got it. So Tommy's going to jump his bike. It's not starting. Whoa, I just realized James had on that awesome hoodie, and now he's wearing an awesome t-shirt. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Like butter, baby. Like butter. And again, that's a rented motorcycle, new to him. So that's the Bandit. Head and eyes, Jeff, head and eyes. Starts that turn early, but he makes up for it. Very nice. Woo! And I remember in the last practice session Jeff was in, where we didn't think I recorded it, he was happy as hell when he did that. Now look at him. Now look at him. Like nothing. The benefits of practice, baby. The 3 P's. Persistence, perseverance, practice. Try it again. Just come back into this circle, Joe. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Good, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise. Oh, no, we're done with the exercises. Bonus time, baby, the maze. I remember, and I forgot to talk to you about this, Jeff. Remember last time you were here and you did that and you were like, woo, hit the throttle, and I was like, oh man, I don't think I recorded it.
You did, yeah.
I did get it. So I was so happy when I got home, man. I don't know why I didn't see it when I was looking at it here, but
Dude, I was like, how long does it take to get the video off, man? Come on, get the video off. Get the video off.
yeah, man, I had so many videos going on, man. I felt bad.
6 videos going on.
Yeah, because I had obligations and stuff, but
Saw that. Well, I was going to come out for that ride, but my wife come up with something, and you know what you
yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes you got to pay back.
Watching him do this today, I almost forgot about the fact that he was so elated that he was able to do it last time. He's doing like nothing now. So the 3 P's, persistence, perseverance, and practice. There's no doubt about it. All right, bonus time for those that choose to accept it. The maze. The maze is, it's just U-turns. That's it, 18-foot U-turns. If you come in on this side, it's 2 lefts and 1 right. Come over here, 2 rights and 1 left. Watch your speed. Everything is the same that we've been doing, head and eyes. Lean the motorcycle. None of our motorcycles can make an 18-foot turn straight up. So you have to lean, there's no doubt about it. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be excessive, but you have to do it. All right? All right, I'll run through it. See how slow I'm going? You don't have to go fast. You don't have to increase your speed to fall through the turn. Just stay in the friction zone. Now right there, Tommy, I had an uh-oh moment. My bike was getting ready to fall. I felt it falling. All I did was go like this. Fine. Any questions?
It's funny because before I came out here, I wouldn't have known that you messed up, but now I hear it.
Yeah, you hear it. Well, don't think the scrape is a mess up. That's just
No.
Yeah.
Not the scrape. The RPM.
Yeah, you heard the RPMs, right? Yeah. And then everybody got these new exhausts, so we definitely can hear it. All right, James. Hold up, Joe. So I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when he was making those U-turns, he came over here to make a turn, and when he got right here, he straightened up his motorcycle. Another example, well, 2 things. 1, clearly you don't want to be in the lean because what's the 3 things that's going to make you fall? No power to not enough power to the rear wheel, beyond the motorcycle's lean limits, or traction. That's a traction issue. But if your motorcycle's straight up, you're fine. Also, head and eyes. If his head's buried, he doesn't see this. So I just want to show you that it makes a difference, especially turning. All right, Joe, sermon over. James is the coach. He's heading out. Oh, Joe's moving too fast for him. Slow down, slow down. Woo! Like I told him, it don't look pretty, but it looks pretty. Head knives, Joe, head knives. Woo! You going? No, okay. You good? The student said, I'm not waiting for you. He made your ass run. You were like, Joe, excellent. If you just slow down a little bit, it's going to help you out a lot.
I'm trying to slow it. That's what I was trying to do there, slow it down.
Yeah. You are my theory, the wrinkled t-shirt theory. That's exactly what that first run was. T-shirts designed to cover your upper body, especially an awesome t-shirt like that, right? But that's what he did. He did what it was designed to do. He did what he intended to do. It was wrinkled. It didn't look pretty, but he got the job done. That's the wrinkled t-shirt. It's still doing the job, but the more you practice, that's the iron. You iron out those wrinkles. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's nothing for me to say. Unless you're trying to, he's perfect. I mean, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? What can I say? Who gives a crap if you hit a cone and having an 18-foot turn? That's just beautiful. All right, follow leader, stand by. So how could I forget to say this? The best part about Joe's run was right over here. Believe it or not, I like to see when issues come up because we practice for that. That's what uh-oh's all about. And when he had that uh-oh moment, no foot came down. All he did was go back into the friction zone, but he used the rear brake, so he stayed in the exercise. Joe, that was excellent. That's exactly what it should look like when you have an uh-oh moment. Just keep your composure. There's nothing to hit. So even if you open up your clutch too much and it takes you outside the exercise, as long as you don't put your foot down, that's the goal. All right? All right. Did that start okay?
Started fine.
Okay, good. All right, follow the leader. This is very simple rules, even though I always catch offenders when I'm doing the editing. Do exactly what I do. So the main thing I run into is whenever I come to a stop and I'm going to make a turn, the person behind me just goes right through. They don't stop. I'm going to let you know right now, any turns I make are all going to be from a stop. So if I stop, you stop. If I stop and my wheels are here and you put your wheels here, you're out. But you're little league out. Pull to the middle of the parking lot. We'll do a circle around you and then jump back into the rear. Okay? If you put your foot down, you're out. Pull to the middle, same thing. If you hit a cone, you're out. If you grab the front brake, you're out and you owe me 10 push-ups. When we're riding on the concrete with grass borders, if you ride on the grass, you're out. Okay? We're going to leave the parking lot for a second. No, not a second, but if you do any of that stuff out there, don't leave us. Just stay with us, and when we get back here, pull to the middle. We'll do a circle around you. Any questions? All right.
couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves while I'm at. I'm still on the grind, limit time when I chat. I'm burning down sage, keep the demons away. When I write it, give a piece of myself to the page. I don't do it for the praise, love, that's just how I'm made.
Truth in the glass in the mirror.
Yeah.
Do it at me, old man, tryna pass in the fear. You're the first one to talk, but the last one to hear. Eyes blurry, but I couldn't see that, and he cleared down. Start to feel like I'm on one. Settle in, I'll be here for the long run. I'm a slave for the cash, got snakes in the grass, no brakes on the ad, but it's all fun. We done seen it all, heard it all. Heard enough, give me space before I murder y'all. 10 bad here, I'ma curve them all. 12 missed calls, and I still made a curtain call. Here to light it up, lighten up. Hear him talking, they ain't right enough, tighten up. Everything that I came for, I left with. I don't bang sets, I just bang on the set list. Going past supper when I came for the breakfast. Put me in your prayers, I might put you on the guest list. Young, tell me reckless. Gold in my soul, got the same on my necklace.
Light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Well, well. Oh, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up. Well, well.
Yeah, it's been a long night, and maybe I should go home. But it's been such a long time since I felt this good on my own. On my own, on my own, on my own, on my own, on my own. On my own. Baby, I am born to run, and I don't belong to anyone. I let you
right, guys, it's a slow race. I'm gonna say ready, set, go. When my arm comes down, if your motorcycle is not moving and one of your feet is still on the ground, you're out. If you put your foot down, you're out. Just stop where you are. If you hit the line, you're out. Just stop. All right, ready, set. I said set. Ready, set, go. James is the winner. All right, you already won. Stop showing off. All right, so that's it, guys. We're only going to do it once because we got rain coming. We'll do the exit interviews if we can make that, and then get out of here. Joe, did you enjoy yourself?
I did, immensely.
All right, do you remember what you rated yourself when you first came?
6.
Any change in that number?
No, I'd say I'm still a 6. I might have improved. I think I improved some. There's some exercises that.
Good, and that's what this is all about, man.
Yeah.
And I know you don't live around the corner, so if you make it back here, that'd be great. If not, I know you're definitely going to be practicing on your own.
Yeah, I'll make it back here.
Okay, beautiful. That's what I like to hear.
Really good.
That's what I like to hear.
Good.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.
All right, let's go to your nephew. I don't even know what to say to you, man. Did you have fun?
Oh, it was a blast. It's a blast every time.
You rated yourself a 7 when you came here.
Yeah.
Are you changing that number?
I'm gonna stay 7.
Okay, I don't rate people, but I think you should be higher just because you're riding a bike that you rented, right? You did phenomenal, man. No surprise to me. Always good to see you, James. Pastor Mike, this is the rain edition. We got to move. Jeff, you enjoyed yourself?
Awesome time.
Jeff's another guy that's local and another example that practicing is not just here. You do it elsewhere because clearly I see it and I know you feel it.
Yes.
What'd you rate yourself when you came?
I was teetering on that 5. I'm a strong 5 right
Yeah,
now.
you definitely are. Definitely.
Left-hand turns are doing much better.
Absolutely, man. And I know I'll see you again, so not even going to ask you. Pleasure to see you again, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Pastor Mike to Tommy with the Star Wars t-shirt. All right, Tommy.
First off, you're a beautiful human being. Thank you for doing everything you do for the community.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
It's really worth the time to come out here.
Appreciate that.
I'm a 3, maybe a 2.
Okay. Okay, good. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I learned a lot. There's a lot of rust I'm shaking off. I haven't ridden very much in the past 6 months. I was pretty confident when I came back from Alaska, and I've obviously let that slip.
Yeah.
I don't regret it, and I'll be back.
All right, man. Pleasure to see you, and you're local, so I know you'll be back. All right, and I'm glad. Listen, just quickly, I'm glad that Tommy told us about the trip that he took to Alaska. 18 days on the motorcycle. But it's a prime example of what I always say. That's why I always ask people, how long have you been riding a motorcycle? And then how long have you been practicing slow speeds? It's 2 different kinds of riding, all right? But I already see it starting to come together for Tommy. It'll come together for you too. You just have to practice. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for practice session number 42. A lot of fun. I think we made it just before the rain. So this is actually the first time that I've done a practice session and I've actually picked up cones. But it didn't make any sense for them, and they were actually getting ready to start helping out with the cones, but they're trying to beat the rain to head back to Florida. So I told them, thanks guys, but please hit the road. Hopefully you can get ahead of this rain. But I appreciate them. I appreciate Jeff and Tommy, V.I.Preloaders. We had an awesome time, an awesome practice session, and everybody left here feeling a little bit more confident than the way they came. And that's what this is all about, guys. All right, right now, Tommy's having some issues with his motorcycle, so we're gonna see if I have to go home and drop off my motorcycle and come back and throw his motorcycle in his trailer and take it to Harley Davidson. Whatever we got to do, of course, that's what we're going to do. All right, guys. So remember, guys, I can't stress this enough. This is fun. Now, it's not fun when you're struggling, but that's most things. The better you get at this, the more your confidence goes up. Trust me, I'm telling you, you're going to actually start enjoying this. It's even a little addictive, too. But like I was telling Jeff was like, I feel like I got to lean a little more. And I said to him, yes and no. Need is not the word. You really don't need to because Jeff does fine out here. He does great out here, right? He's making U-turns within 24 feet. And when I say within, well within. So he's fine. The amount of lean that he's doing is plenty, right? He's not going to be one of these people that pulls into a gas station and now they got to start really thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? And that's what really this is all about. Things that should be just no big deal, do it, shouldn't be an uh-oh moment. And that's why we practice, guys. So again, I'm going to say, it's not cliche. Practice, 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 practice. I can't say it enough, and you can't do it enough. All right, guys? All right, if you enjoyed this video or any of the videos that I put out, please hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps out my channel. Hit the like button. That also helps me out. And if you want to be notified of future videos that I put out, hit the notification bell and switch it to all. And also, guys, share these videos. There's a lot of preloaders and VI preloaders out there that continually share this, because that's how we're going to grow as a preloader motorcycle community. We have to share this because everybody doesn't know about YouTube, right? I post some things on Facebook every now and then, but everybody's not on Facebook either, right? So please, guys, share it. I always tell people, if they're a preloader or a VI preloader and they're riding with somebody and they go, oh, this is my friend. And I say, well, did you tell them about Preloader Nation? No, I didn't tell them. And then my first thing is, that's not really a friend of yours. Then clearly it's not, because this is the kind of information you want to share, because you know it's going to not only make that person happier riding their motorcycle, but it's going to make them safer. And that's the #1 priority. All right, guys? All right, guys. So I will say it again. Practice, practice, practice. I'm going to keep saying that. All right? Again, not a cliche. Repetition equals retention. I know there's anything that you guys can be doing with your time. The fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, always appreciate that, guys. All right? I want to acknowledge my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there, guys, and know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the elite NYPD Highway Patrol, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I worked, and the Motorcycle District. That's where the motorcycle school is. That's who taught me how to ride my motorcycles the way I ride them. But like I always say, guys, when I left motorcycle school, my confidence level was still like this. It was incumbent upon me, it was my responsibility to make it a priority to continue to practice, especially being a motorcycle cop, right? But anybody that rides a motorcycle on a regular, yes, it should be a priority practice. And guys, like I always say, if you have time to ride, you have time to practice, and seat time does not equal practice time. Until next time.